Item number SCP-5542. Object Class Euclid. Special Containment Procedures. The parcel of land SCP-5542 is located at is currently held by a Foundation Shell Company, Sing Chung and Partners. A standard perimeter has been established under the cover story Retiree Time Sharing. Objects recovered from the property are kept in cold storage at Site 42 pending further testing. Investigation into POI 5542, see Addendum 5542A, is ongoing. Description: SCP-5542 is a section of California coastline that is composed of cake to an average depth of 2.5 meters. Walking on the surface of the beach is possible despite the composition, while purposefully digging downwards past 2 centimeters reveals non-anomalous cake. The effect is contained entirely within the property lines of 1812 Sea Ledge Lane, a beachfront residence. Discovery: on December 15th, 2020. Foundation agents embedded in the Santa Barbara Police Department were alerted to a potential anomaly during an altercation between an officer and a local psychic detective, claiming that he had a vision of multiple people disappearing on a beach made of cake at the given address. After cross-referencing with open missing persons cases in the Cabano area and an interview with the psychic and a cooperating witness, the agents decided to take over the investigation. Class B amnestics were administered to all civilians involved. Addendum 5542A. Investigation Log. Investigation of the property and an attempt to contact the property owner were authorized on December 15th, 2020 for the following day. A partial transcript of the agent's body camera footage is logged below. Begin log, December 16th, 2020, 16:32. Agents Rhodey and Hill activate the body cameras on arrival to the property. You see any cameras on the house? No fences, no cameras. Security is pretty lax for a house in this neighborhood. Right, let's hit the beach. Agents exit the vehicle and proceed along the side of the house towards the beach behind the property. See? This is the kind of place I want to get once I make 05. You? 05? You got your hand stuck in the infinite peanut butter jar and flooded the men's locker room last week. I was hungry. They can't disqualify me for that. You're lucky you're not stuck in some basement dictating the database onto audio logs. Yeah. They'll all need to get some sun. Agents reach the beach behind the house. Agent Rhodey digs his hand into the sand, grasping a handful of chocolate cake. He attempts to taste it before Agent Hill grabs his wrist. Come on, son! Eating anomalous beach cake? I was only going to taste it. Put it down! Agent Rhodey drops the cake. Agent Hill uses an efficient bag to retrieve a sample. All right, the beach's cake. Confirmed. Interrogate the family? Interrogate the family. Let's go. Hey, don't wipe that on me. I just got this uniform cleaned. Agent starts towards the front of the property. How are you and Celine doing? You know how it is. We're taking some time apart to find. She dumped you. She said I was keeping secrets from her, man. That's your entire job. You gotta get better at keeping the fact that you're keeping secret, dude. Shut up! Agents reach the front of the property and proceed to the front door. Agent Hill lifts his hand to knock on the door. It opens before he makes contact. Lincolnburg Lockermore, property owner, based on public records, approximate age 55, stands in the doorway. Well, hello there, constables. How can I help you today? Hello, sir. Call me Buddy. Bertie, right. I'm Officer Spencer, and this is Officer Grimm. We're here to ask you about some questions about some disappearances in this area. Oh, wow! I'd be happy to help in any way that I can. Come on in. We can talk inside. Agents enter the residence. As they pass the living room, a teenage male is brought on one of the couches wearing headphones. The wife is at La Cromba working on her tennis game. Wish she would take that boy with her. He could use some exercise. Getting a little pump on the brain, if you know what I mean. Right, we're investigating a rash of disappearances of local youths. How tragic. Such an awful waste of potential. Yeah, the kids were all last seen in this neighborhood. You haven't seen anybody shady around lately, have you? Not that I've noticed. My family and I lived here for ages. We know everyone, and I haven't noticed any perfidious persons. No, sir. The group arrives in the kitchen. Coffee? No thanks. I love some. Loganmore places 2 disposable coffee pots into an elaborate coffee machine. Goddess Beauty when we renovated the kitchen. Empty night, the double-wide oven cost as much as my car. But the missus had to have her domain be state-of-the-art. Amen that. Back to the investigation. I was wondering if you have any problems with trespassers. We had complaints from some of the neighbors about local kids sneaking into the private beaches to party. Of course, it happens all the time, but we're not as stuck up as some of the community. Nigamore raises his pinky finger in a mocking gesture. Amen again, but Bertie, let's cut to the chase. Found his hand on the counter. Why is your section of beach literally made out of cake? Nigamore and Agent Hill stare at Agent Rhodey. What in races are you on about? Yeah, dude, it's completely edible. There's no way it could have happened without you knowing. You can't be serious. As a witch in a tornado. We checked ourselves before we came to the door. Your beach is somehow cake instead of sand. It seems impossible, but there it is, written in the frosting. You know what? This is probably an elaborate prank from my Alpha Tau Omega brothers. Those incorrigible rogues. You know, you see Santa Barbara. Go, Grockos. The coffee maker beeps. Locomo moves to retrieve the coffee. They excavated your backyard beach and replaced it with cake. Nigamore hands a mug coffee to Agent Rhodey. I don't know how they got the Dean's car on top of the roof either. These pranks get better every year. Why don't we head back and show you the situation? Nigamore starts towards the back of the house. Agent Rhodey moves to take a sip of his coffee before Agent Hill takes it from him. They begin to whisper to each other. What the hell was that? I thought it'd get him to crack. Get the hell out of here. No, you get the hell out of here. No, go with Bertie. I'll catch up. Oh, gotcha. Agent Rhodey moves to follow Locomo to the back of the property. Agent Hill takes a sample of the coffee before dumping it in the sink. End log. Extraneous data redacted. Agent Rhodey and Hill confirmed with Mr. Locomo that the beach was cake before giving him a number to reach them if he had any more information. They then adjourned to the motel for the evening. Addendum 5542B Disappearance. On December 17th, 2020, Agents Rhodey and Hill returned to the address for follow-up questions. Upon arrival, Agent Rhodey noted that the house looked different in a hard-to-place way. Agent Hill's knock on the door caused it to fall inwards off its hinges. Investigation of the interior revealed that the house was now vacant. Agent Rhodey described the residence as decrepit, as if it had been abandoned for decades, with the sole exception being the kitchen, where Agent Hill noted that the room smelled as if someone had been cooking in line with Agent Rody's observation. Alright. Where Agent Hill noted that the room smelled as if someone had been cooking in line with Agent Rody's observation that the oven was still warm. Further forensic analysis found evidence suggesting that the age sections of the home had been abandoned for upwards of 40 years, where the appliances in the kitchen were found to be less than a month old and otherwise non-anomalous. Food items recovered from the kitchen include fresh and frozen meats, dried and cured meat, jerky, bottles of wine, baked goods and components for baking, flour, yeast, etc. Disposable coffee pods. Laboratory analysis revealed the meat to be human flesh, while the other food products also tested positive for human DNA.